Say what you may about Donald J. Trump, but the guy's a freaking comedian.
Throwing it up. How was your breakfast today? What kind of ice cream are you having? It's vanilla. It's vanilla and chocolate. Oh, great. Nobody ever asked me what flavor ice cream I'm eating.
Nope. They, of course, try to twist and bend reality in the corporate media in order to try to defeat him. But at the same time, they actually build him up and make him that much more powerful. All of this, as there is a big shift, there is a big change here that a lot of people say could lead to the end of the Democratic liberal woke party. Is that the truth here? Of course, there's now going to be investigations on Oprah Winfrey. Are we going to be seeing some major arrests here as the Democratic political party definitely is dealing with a big political crisis? Will they be able to get out of it? We will be discussing that with all the latest news and developments in this particular video. So subscribe, click the notification button. As of course, Donald Trump has been a political juggernaut. He has been a force to be reckoned with, and some of the things he does we disagree with, we criticize, and some of the things that he does are a lot better than the previous president of the United States that, of course, was being pushed and shoved to the front lines, as, of course, he was not able to do press conferences. He wasn't able to even communicate as he was dealing with severe illness and mental breakdowns, while, of course, Donald Trump literally asks and answers all of the hard questions. He does press conferences as he's on Air Force One at 2 o'clock in the morning coming back from UFC events, as he just got a major Supreme Court victory, as they are now giving him the green light to deport 500,000 migrants that were given legal status by Joe Biden. Again, Joe Biden allowed around 10 million, those are the estimates, 10 million people into this country. And Donald Trump has to fight tooth and nail in order to, of course, try to repeal some of the big precedents set by Joe Biden that allowed people to walk into this country, while, of course, discriminating against people that were American citizens that had to, of course, jump through legal hoops in order to get here. As it looks like a big portion of the Democratic political celebrity endorsement faction is in deep doo-doo in more ways than one.
Being rational, give them what they ask for.
Yep, as the Diddy saga still continues, as I would say it is related to Trump calling for an investigation into Beyoncé, Bruce Springsteen, and Oprah Winfrey. Yes, you heard that correctly. Donald Trump is saying, hey, it's kind of weird how Kamala Harris's campaign spent millions of dollars, as Donald Trump also is involved in a major lawsuit with CBS News, which could see CBS News shut down. He had other major media organizations publicly apologize for spreading lies about him and pay out a huge significant portion of fees out that, of course, are now going to the Trump Museum. This is the kind of crazy part here, because there's multiple moving parts here. There's Donald Trump's kind of legalese attacks against the corporate media that lies and slanders and does all these very disingenuous things against them and has been doing them overwhelmingly. When we look at the news coverage this past election, vast majority of it was just negative news coverage of Donald Trump here. But a lot of it was based on just lies. A lot of it was based on hearsay. A lot of it was just based off the establishment using the corporate media as a vector to try to attack Donald Trump, which, of course, backfired significantly. A number of lawsuits have now happened, and now there might be even more lawsuits. As, of course, we found out Kamala Harris spent a lot of money on Diddy's freak-off party list that all essentially endorsed her. And I think this is why I think the stories are correlated, because a lot of these kind of big-time Democratic backers and supporters and celebrities are all in just one big club. They all hang out together. They all are a part of the same kind of machine that I would say is extremely corrupt, that I would describe as extremely, not just deceiving, decadent, and deprived number of individuals that do some really sick, weird stuff. And we're seeing that, especially with the Diddy stuff that is now unfolding here. Now, even though a lot of celebrities aren't being mentioned or talked about here. But when we look at Jay-Z, when we look at Beyonce, when we look at Oprah, when we look at Bruce Springsteen, they are the cream of the crop of the establishment, and they were whipped to shape during this last election cycle, as Donald Trump now is saying, you know what, let's look into this. Let's look into what happened, how much money was transferred over to people like Bono. Let's see if there were any kind of illegal contributions, as the Biden Department of Justice was looking at Trump in all sorts of ways. They were investigating him, and if there was even just a semblance of something not being absolutely perfectly correct, like keeping classified documents, which Joe Biden kept classified documents in his frickin' garage, where there's even photos of Donald Trump literally had his house raided. All right. The guy hasn't forgotten that. And he's out for blood. He's out for redemption for the people that hurt him, for the people that screwed him over, for the people that lied about him. He is now in a position of power to do this. And we got rumblings. We got hearsay that there's going to be some major arrests this summer of some big-time players, of some big-time political figures that will actually finally now be held responsible for their actions. As, of course, now we have entered into a political lawfare type of system that has been utilized and started by Joe Biden, that it looks like Donald Trump will continue. Some people say it is the wrong move. Some people say, well, actually, it's the good move to make here to make sure and prevent this from escalating further, especially when Donald Trump leaves political office. So I think there's going to be some arrest here. Oprah Winfrey, by the way, was asked about some of these revelations before playing this clip of Oprah here and getting into more of the topic here of the end of the Democratic political party. Look how haggard she is. Man, she's probably missing some adrenochrome. Before getting into all of that, I wanted to tell you about the bestpoliticalshirts.com, where you could get a shirt like the one I'm wearing right now. Of course, when you're wearing this shirt, you can't be eating seed oils. You can't be going through that McDonald's drive-thru. And, of course, I remember yesterday I was at a friend's birthday party, and they had a whole bunch of food. I'm like, what am I going to eat? I'm wearing the shirt. You got to – and this is a good way. This is your accountability buddy. But also a bunch of people came up. They're like, yeah, high five. This is great. Some liberals like jeering. I can't believe he's wearing a RFK Jr. shirt. Oh, no. If it folds, he looks even weirder when you fold it. But it's a great shirt. It's a great conversation starter. A lot of people came up, gave me high fives. And it's a great way to meet like-minded individuals. A bunch of people were taking photos. And I really enjoy being able to spread a message without even needing to say anything. I speak so much. I talk so much. And this is just a way just to make a statement, speak your truth, and represent your ideas without any forms of censorship. You want to find the T-shirt that I'm wearing right now? You just type in RFK into the search bar right here on thebestpoliticalshirts.com, and you get the shirt. Bada bing, bada boom. And then you become an interesting conversation starter, as people will literally just come up to you and be like, yeah, I like that. Oh, no, I hate. Literally, people don't ever say anything if they're negative. A lot of people are just afraid. People don't really say negative stuff. It's all just positive stuff. So don't be afraid to be the most honest, most real version of yourself here. Life's a lot better once you start to kind of self-express, once you don't hold anything back. We got some great ones here that also are a little bit more salacious, I would say. If you have a crazy uncle in your life, this is the perfect gift to get him if his birthday is coming up. You want to make a statement on July 4th? Oh, boy, this is the way to do it. We're going to do a Father's Day bundle, too, so soon, and I think we're going to try to maybe involve some of the T-shirts here because, again, I'm going to make, like, I got something big planned here. Stay tuned for more. Thebestpoliticalshirts.com. Click the link down in the description. Scroll through, and you'll be able to find some really funny shirts. And again, we got long sleeves, short sleeves, women's shirts, tank tops. You name it, we got it. You just got to do a little bit of digging. It's a little complicated. Again, we're just a makeshift ragtag bunch of people. It's not the best organized type of scenario here, but you type in women's shirts, you type in tank tops right here, and you're able to find a lot of the shirts that we have available for you. Again, we should do a better job, but we do okay. Thebestpoliticalshirts.com. Now, let's go into this particular case here, as, of course, Oprah was just asked about this, which is pretty freaking hilarious, as it looks like she is not in an underground tunnel. She's walking around what looks like California, a state that has been absolutely riddled and destroyed by all of the Democratic Liberal Party initiatives that she cheerleaded and supported, as she's a big player here. And having her investigated, which Donald Trump is calling for, that's big here. Okay, and that is going to send a ripple wave throughout the entertainment industry, saying, you guys want to be involved in corruption? You want to be involved in the most corrupted political party out there that has been caught multiple times working for the special interest groups? Well, I think it's only fair that we're going to look into what you guys are doing, since you guys looked into that so much.
Hey, Oprah, good morning. How are you, darling? You looking very good.
I don't know about that, bro.
How do you think the election went?
Not talking about the election.
Oh, I wonder why. As of course, she was like, "Yeah, Team Kamala." As this is the interesting part here, and good questioning by this reporter, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Oh, is it true that they paid you $1 million for the endorsement for Kamala?
Not true.
Not true. Okay.
Not true. Well, the money did leave Kamala, and it did go into entities and groups tied into you. Now, she might be saying it didn't go to me personally, and that's the big kind of disclaimer. It went to my media company. That's still going to you, Oprah. There's something worth looking into here, specifically since the Kamala Harris campaign was going above and beyond to get a lot of these endorsements, to get individuals like Beyoncé just to literally go up on stage there. Everyone was disappointed, like, wait, Beyoncé was supposed to be here. I thought she was performing. She literally stepped down and off stage, and then there was a transfer of millions of dollars to her. Interesting.
Okay.
I was paid nothing ever.
I was paid nothing ever. Okay, maybe you weren't, but your companies and subsidiaries and all these other things, yeah, they probably were.
What do you think about all the celebrities with their mass exodus?
I'm not talking about
Do you think Prince Harry's gonna lose his visa now that Trump's president? Hey.
Yeah, the Prince Harry situation, it's pretty hilarious, as Donald Trump's comments on that were very big here. But let's not forget who we're looking at. We're looking at Oprah. And I have disagreements with people about Oprah. I had a friend who's like, she's great, she's wonderful. She's with all the predators all the time. She literally was a part of secret meetings happening in New York City with Ted Turner, Bloomberg, Rockefeller, and all these other billionaires that were meeting in secret. And the corporate media was loving this. They're like, this is the meeting of the superheroes. What were they discussing? Population reduction, population control, which they have utilized and implemented. And this is why the population of the Western world, population of Africa, population of the Western world, going down. I don't think it's a coincidence. I don't think it's an accident, as she also, according to a lot of sources, has a big emphasis on population control. So did Jeffrey Epstein, and so do a lot of these kind of elites. Bill Gates was also there, also another person that believes that there's just too many people in this world. And once you become into this, once you come into this kind of billionaire class, once you kind of have this game rigged for you, like a video game, you start doing some weird, awful stuff here. But again, the Kamala Harris PAC, everything happening here, people are saying there's a chance here that Oprah could go to jail. And this is what she had to say on the campaign trail for Kamala Harris, which is interesting.
We don't get to sit this one out. If we don't show up tomorrow, it is entirely possible that we will not have the opportunity to ever cast a ballot again. And
what a sensationalistic, duplicitous, little hypocritical liar. Okay? We're not going to vote again. This is the end of our democracy. Come on, really? There was literal CNN correspondents and spokespersons for the DNC coming out and saying, black people are going to be arrested as soon as Donald Trump wins. What? You lying little scumbags. And, of course, none of this is true here. But I think she was saying this because she realized, holy cow, Donald Trump, The corporate media is attacking him. All the celebrities are attacking him. Nothing's working. He's getting more and more powerful. Can't allow this to happen. And when we look at all the A-listers that were rooting and cheerleading for Kamala Harris, a lot of them all connected to Diddy, all connected to the freak-offs, all connected to a very kind of seedy Hollywood underclass with some of the most disgusting individuals within them that don't have the best reputation for, respect of human rights, for respect of human sanctity, for respect of bodily autonomy, for respect of individuals' rights, not to have things forced on them. Looking at you, Mr. Weinstein. And again, I think we have to understand this whole realm, this whole kind of facade of celebrity worship, of the corporate media narrative control. All of that is over, and it's over with Donald Trump. This trial of what's happening with Diddy, even though it's being mishandled, but it's being mishandled by the Democratic political party. It's being handled by Maureen Comey, James Comey's daughter. I still don't understand why the DOJ has James Comey's family all within the DOJ. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, it's not just them being investigated. There's also legal cases happening right now with Donald Trump versus CBS News, as Donald Trump is suing CBS News for $20 billion. And he's not trying to settle, okay? As we had the CBS News CEO just announced that she's quitting the network after she released a statement hinting at her unhappiness as the newsroom's current state is not doing too well with this Donald Trump lawsuit. Donald Trump is suing them because he is alleging that CBS News exhibits bias. Clearly, they did. Clearly, they edited out Kamala Harris's answers in order to make her look more competent. And they did it in a very deceptive way where they were pretty much building up campaign videos for her, in my opinion. And the way that they were doing it was absolutely unfair. Now, all these people, $20 billion Donald Trump is asking for, as they're saying this 60-minute interview was deceptively edited. And there's evidence to show that, in my opinion, that absolutely it was. As, of course, it seems to be that she could have been fired because of a potential settlement that is potentially going to be reached here. But this could also lead to just the bankruptcy of this major corporate institution that isn't just plagued with poor ratings, but more importantly, is just plagued by people that are absolutely politically partisan to the extreme levels of overwhelmingly just trying to do anything they could in order to help elect the Democratic political party nominee. Now, again, I kind of agree with Laura Trump. She went on Fox Business and talked about how 2024 was the end of the Democratic Party. I don't see them recovering for this. I mean, even Bernie Sanders had to admit that the Democrats are the threat to democracy. And he was recently on an interview where the people interviewing them said specifically, hey, there hasn't been a fair primary for the Democrats since 2008. And listen, Bernie was like, yeah, I'm not going to argue with that, since, of course, he was screwed over in the primaries himself. And then he still decided to bend over and kiss the ring of Hillary Clinton. Now, the Democrats are trying to reboot themselves with AOC. AOC, she's too short. Her voice is too raspy. I just do not see her becoming a bigger firebrand to be the president of the United States, to be quite honest. There's a reason Kamala Harris wanted a pedestal to stand on during the presidential debate so she could look bigger here. And a lot of this kind of boils down to this. Let's just be honest with ourselves. A lot of this boils down to size, to stature, to voice, to demeanor. This is why RFK Jr. I have a lot of people who are like, if RFK Jr. didn't have the voice thing, he could have been the next president of the United States. And I kind of agree with that sentiment here, as of course some of the superficial stuff does matter. But as we're seeing the situation politically unfold in Florida, the Democratic Party, it's not showing any signs of life. They're not showing any signs of competent people willing and able to come forward, since their platform is a platform of carrying out the orders of the special interest group. All of that right now is just finally being upended, finally reached a critical mass point in time in our lexicon, in our society, where, you know, all these articles, death of democracy in the Democratic Party. Okay, they're not they never cared about democracy. They cared about power. And they got it in some of the most underhanded, most greedy ways. The Republican Party, they have their own problems, especially with the neocons. Still a segment of them, which Donald Trump is calling out and pushing away from the party. But when it comes to selling out America, its people, its labor force, its prosperity, the Democrats are the party that has destroyed democracy and has done its best to try to destroy America. And they have thrown so many underhanded things against Donald Trump. And the more they do it, the more he grows. Now, I don't see anyone ever asking Donald Trump what his favorite flavor ice cream is. But again, will it matter though? Because the corporate media, all these celebrities, they have shown to have no power at all. And I think that's an incredible thing. And if you agree, share this video. I love you guys. Get a shirt. Start some conversations. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more. All here exclusively on youtube.com/wearechange.